Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are keeping well. In today's video, I'm going to literally talk to you about how I created this look and show you step by step how I have changed my technique of playing with my translucent powder, which you all know that I absolutely love and I have a top few favorites. So I'm going to share with you in this video exactly how I mix my powders and how I end up getting not a cakey finish, but a nice dewy, flawless finish to the skin without it looking overly done. So stay tuned guys and let's get into this.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
So guys, I've gone away and done my base and I've basically put on my foundation and my contour. Now I'm going to show you the techniques just before applying my powders, how I apply my concealer, and this is super important to get that flawless finish without creasing, and also for your powders to set onto your face. If you don't do this step properly, then your powders won't merge together nicely and then you will actually get more creasing than what you should do. The concealer that I'll be using today is the Tarte Shape Tape and I absolutely love this. And then I'm going to add the slightest amount of my True Match, and that's only because this is a lighter colour in comparison to this shade here which I'm using, which is Tan Deep Sand. And the reason why I'm using this shade and not a lighter shade is purely because for this step I like my concealer to be basically matching to my skin tone instead of being overly light, because that just ends up then looking ashy and white on your photos and it just doesn't look nice. So the first step is, so with my Shape Tape, what I like to do is I always like to just take some and pop it onto my hand, and this way, one, you're not overly using your concealer, and two, it actually sets a little bit onto your hand, so it just warms it up. So I've just got a flat brush, and this is the one that I am using is my MAC 195, and I like this for applying the concealer. So basically we're not going to apply it all over the eye. We are literally just going to focus on the inner corner of the eye, and then remember the motion that I'm doing guys. I'm always taking this brush downwards and literally just move it down and go quite right up to the bridge of your nose, and then continue bringing this product down. I haven't actually done any color correcting either, so this technique really works really well and you don't even have to do color correcting. And guys, you know that I have dark circles, so this is magic. This technique is literally magic. Now I have very prominent smile lines, so I will not take my concealer too low. So just to show you, this is where I'll end my concealer, just here. But then instead of pulling it down onto my face, I'll take it around my nose, just like that. And then I'm going to take what's remaining on my brush and just clean up my cat eye. Just apply my concealer just up here and just clean it up. And then I'm just going to end it there, just like that. Now I'm literally just going to do the same thing on the other eye, and the key to this step is this sort of shape that I've done here, but then at the same time it's the amount of time that I'm leaving it on my face. So now whilst that's setting, I'm just going to highlight the next points on my face, and I just like to add the smallest amount here, and then I like to just go down the bridge of my nose like this, the slightest amount on my chin, and then my cupid's bow. Now the main and the most important step here guys is to let this sit. Like, I cannot express to you how important for you to get that flawless finish. You need to let this part set onto your face. And what this does, it literally, the concealer sinks into your pores and it sinks into any sort of fine lines, anything like that. It will stay put, and this technique gives you a fuller coverage and you're not actually using too much product. Like, I've not applied loads underneath my eye, I've not done like a massive triangle, but because of the way that I've applied this and the fact that I'm letting it set onto my face, it just gives a nicer finish overall. Go in with a damp beauty blender, and I just like to take any sort of little excess that's on my back of my hand and put it onto my brush, my sponge, sorry, and then I'll start pressing this into my face. But guys, there is no point doing this shape and this technique if you're gonna start sort of just going crazy and just blending everything together. Like, you want to blend, but you want to focus on keeping the product within the areas that you've applied it, and only very lightly sort of just blend between the two gaps here. But that's like super important. Okay, so I'm literally just pressing this up and down onto the side of my nose, and then making like the craziest faces. Just pushing this right into my eye, and then now gradually just focusing on the shape and just still pressing. I'm not sort of moving the shape. And then I'm gonna go into the second part of the eye. Once again, I'm not moving the shape of this, I'm literally just pressing on top exactly where the product was applied. And then now, just merging those two lines together. And look how flawless that finish is. Now with the second concealer, which is slightly lighter in shade, and this is the shade 6.DW, Golden Honey. I like to just go over exactly where I've just applied my concealer, just in the inner corner. And just a slight amount there and there. Good. So I'm just gonna let that set for a sec. Okay, so now once again going in with my damp beauty blender and just pressing this product in the area that I applied it. Just soft, small taps. So guys, you know how much I love my Huda Beauty Banana Bread powder. I've been mixing these two together and I cannot express the magic it creates on your face. And now I'm going to go in with a clean but damp beauty blender and I'm just going to press it into this powder mix that I've created, my sponge. And then literally what I like to do is just look down and just press this into my areas under my eye, on the bridge of my nose. It instantly soaks up, it's mad. Into my sponge and I'm not swiping this, I'm literally just patting and pushing this into my eyes, under eyes. I'm pushing this into my under eyes. Guys, God help me with the way I communicate. Okay. And what I like to do is I also like to bring this underneath my nose. And whatever's excess on my brush and sponge, just basically push my product into my fine lines. And then I like to clean up under here. So basically take the powder and push it all the way underneath your jawline until your lower lip, where it meets that point there. Same on the other side, the same. So you have this scary looking face. I promise it's not like this afterwards. Just leave that there for a sec. That's what I'm asking for. And go in with your bronzer. Is just a powder press. It could be any. This one's literally just from Amazon. Like, I bought a ton of these off Amazon and it works. You just need to make sure that it's soft, and then everywhere that you've just applied your setting powder, just push that into your skin. So it just picks up anything that's excess. And I kind of like twist it like that, and like, do you see, like anything that's excess, it's just picked it up. I told you there's a few powders that we're going to play with. Okay, so the next one, guys, is my brightening powder, which is the Charlotte Tilbury one. Now with this, I literally am going to press my sponge into this and then back onto my under eye. Just there. You can just give it a pause with all the powders and you can go back to your blusher. And the reason why I'm doing this in these steps is because we are applying a lot of layers of fine powder, so you kind of want it to sink into your skin and not just sit on top, because when it sits on top, that's when it starts looking cakey and heavy, and we've not applied that much product for it to be feeling that way. So it's really, really important how you sort of blend this into your skin and how you let all the powders just sort of marry together. I'm just going to go in my multi blusher. Press this into my skin. So I'm just going to go in with my Amoresi and highlight my face. Kind of like take it over my eyebrows and then just let it merge. Final powder before we finish off our eyes, and this is the MAC Studio Fix, and we're going in with the shade NC40. And guys, literally we are applying the smallest, amount, and I'm just picking this up on my brush and just in towards the bridge of the nose and the inner part of the eye. I'm just going to go in with this. And then just in the inner part. Just like that. And I'm going to let that sit there for like 5 minutes. Not really. I'm joking. I'm going to let that sit there for like 10 seconds. Using like a really big fluffy buffing brush, I am just going to buff this away and then mix this all into my base. So I think that's been 10 seconds. And guys, it's super important to use a really soft brush for this part, so the makeup which is on your face, it just does not budge, and you don't end up getting like any lines or anything like that. Now you're probably thinking, okay, there's just so much powder, like it's such a matte finish to the face, but do not worry, let's just finish up the eyes and then we will sort that out, guys. It's a lot of magic in this look. Okay, literally just gone and put some lashes on, put some mascara on, and done my lips. For lips, I have used my Morphe liner in Sweet Tea and my Sephora lip stain in 77, and just applied a bit of gloss on top with my Morphe setting spray, and apply this to my face. And then on my high point, I'm gonna go in with my Tatcha Skin Mist and just focus on my hair points. That's literally it. This is my new sort of technique of mixing my powders, and literally you just end up with this flawless finish that doesn't have any harsh lines, obviousness, and the best thing is, like, when you take a photo it looks exactly the same. Like, you don't have extremely bright areas, everything looks the same, and honestly you don't end up with this dry looking face, you have this glowy dewy face. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it, guys. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you want me to put the product list in the video description, then please comment below and I will do that. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Stay tuned because I have some more amazing content coming your way. Love you guys. Bye.